Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Wellness Wednesdays. My name is Alejandra. I'm the Artistic Director for Innersense Organic Beauty. And today we are joined by Trudie, and she is in Toronto. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. I'm
That's
in Toronto,
amazing.
Canada. Yes.
I know it's pretty cold in there, but is that little sun I see peeking through the window?
Oh, yes. The mornings and early afternoons are quite nice. It's
Oh,
bright.
that's beautiful.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know that, we have a lot that I want to cover today. One of the things that has really captured our attention is that you are a salon owner and you have a really beautiful meditation practice, and you really seem to be very focused on self-care and self-love. And I would love to dive into all of those rituals. And so welcome. Tell us about yourself and your salon.
Thank you for having me, Alexandra. Um, my name is Trudie Mulalu, and I own the Curl Bar, which is a curly hair salon in Toronto.
Mm.
Yes, we're right downtown Toronto, so we are fortunate enough to have a diverse clientele from all over the world, not only Canada. And we've been using Innersense for the last, actually from right from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So I've been using Innersense right from the beginning. When was that for you?
this was 2000, and I found out about it 2013.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So how long have you been a salon owner for?
I've been a salon owner. I've owned the Crow Bar for the last 8 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes,
And the name, does it speak for itself?
yes, it does. If you're going to the Crow Bar, it's an oasis for curls, for curly hair.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
I think that's just so needed and necessary. And thank you for putting that information out there for people and bringing skilled stylists to the hands of people who need to understand what their hair is like. So that's awesome.
Exactly, yes. Because
Mm-hmm.
there is a need for niche salons, I find, because that way people know that you're specialized in and you're skilled in that niche.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it gives
Mm-hmm.
them a, a level of comfort to come there, and their expectations, they know they can relax, because curly hair is very emotional. I don't know if it's
Truly.
just curly hair, but it is quite emotional. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's something that we hear time and time again, that there's a lot, inside the stuff that we've been thinking, the things that people have been, told for years. And, there's been a lot of having to remember parts of yourself, and it's not, always easy to do alone. And so the fact that there are hairstylists such as yourself and the people in your team who can allow for people to talk about those things that are going on for themselves, and to sort of almost blossom into the version that they've really wanted to sort of see for a long time, and in the hands of true artists and experts.
And it is a form of self-love. Self-acceptance translates to self-love, because once someone decides to wear their hair curly and they find the right people to help them along that journey,
Mm-hmm.
it translates to confidence, self-love, and acceptance.
Was that, is that something that you feel you had to come to before you moved into this stage, or how was that for you?
I actually found found that after I moved into the stage of doing curly hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's very different. I've been a salon owner for 26 years, but owned the curly salon for 8 years.
I
So I
see.
can tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And on your personal time, You do quite a bit of meditation. You've been attending silent retreats. My understanding is pretty regularly.
Yes, I go once a year to sit. They call it sitting. You meditate for 10 days. It's a silent retreat, no phones, no reading, no writing. It's just you and your mind. You meditate for 10 hours a day. It's very intense and it's extremely difficult, but the end results are so worth it.
What are some of those results that you feel you've experienced?
It's a deep dive into your mind. You get rid of all the junk. It's almost like being reborn. You come back so pure, so light,
Mm.
and you have so much clarity. We have this idea that we're so important. Our children can't get by without us. Our businesses can't get on without us. Our friends, our families. So it's very liberating to go away for 10 days and come back and find that they're thriving more than you left them.
Truly.
Yeah,
I mean, mhm.
yeah. And people say, I can't find the time to go away for 10 days. If you really want to, and you make the time, you can.
Right.
So you, it's like a cleanse for your mind. You know how we shower every day so the 10 days really cleanses your mind, both mentally and emotionally.
Mm.
You become a more balanced person, more compassionate. You look at things from other people's perspective instead of
Mm.
being judgmental.
Did you expect this to happen, or did this happen after your first silent retreat?
It happened after my first silent retreat. I couldn't believe the change. I didn't notice it so much myself, but everybody else around me noticed it.
Right.
Yeah. You stop being reactive. You look at things differently.
Yeah.
It
I've
just changes.
never.
You see things after I did my first retreat, the
Mhm.
world seemed so much brighter.
Mm,
Really, yes.
that's
I
amazing.
was seeing the world through different eyes. And that happens each and every time.
Hmm.
Yes,
Sounds like it's quite a gift to give yourself.
exactly. That's it's a gift for yourself because you get to know yourself and love yourself unconditionally
Mhm.
and intimately. Yes.
Is 10 days the longest retreat that you've been to?
Yes, I'm working towards the 30-day one.
Okay. The longest I've done was a 3-day silent retreat.
Okay, yes. Oh, really?
Yeah, and
That's
I had
awesome.
just
Yes.
yeah. It was really profound. I had just had my twins. They were 6 months old, and my husband came with me so that I
Oh,
can participate in the 3-day retreat, the
yes,
silent retreat. And so I didn't talk to my husband. We just sat with each other with our little babies. And I mean, the entire retreat was so happy to have these little babies
I
near,
can,
even though they couldn't say
yeah,
anything. And so when the silent retreat was over and we were all able to open our mouths and,
yes,
say something, everybody was just they just thanked us so much for sharing our little babies
yes,
with them, even though they weren't doing anything, just
yes,
existing
yes,
on the land with everybody. And so it was really profound for me as well.
yes,
I know that a 10-day would offer that next level. And like you said, I do think, what about my kids? I can't leave them for that long. And I do think about them first, and they're 12 and 10 and
oh.
10, so they're older. There's no reason I shouldn't do that. So
Right.
you know, I think that with all self-care, it's about putting yourself first
Yes,
and giving yourself the things that you really need in order to continue to serve. And it sounds like that's what you are sharing with us.
yes, that's exactly it. By giving myself that time and that self-care, I become a better mother, better wife, better salon owner.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, you know, through in everything, in every way, you become better.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
My pleasure.
Well, I thank you again for joining us on this episode, sharing with our community about the importance of having that time and carving out time for the thing that matters most, which is our own selves.
So, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't
And
have to be 10 days, like you said. You could start,
truly,
you know, even just
yeah.
10 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very true. I wish you continued success in your salon and with
Thank
your
you.
community. Will you just tell everybody again the name of your salon in case people want to stay connected or if they're looking for a salon in the Toronto area?
It's a curl bar, and you can go to our website, www.curlbar.ca, not .com, that's .ca.
Oh, .ca. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. And we're right downtown Toronto. Would love to connect or have you if you're ever in town.
I will be paying you a visit if I'm ever over there. Absolutely. I would be honored.
That would be great. We had Joanne and Greg over once.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, yes, yes. That was amazing.
Well, thanks for the invitation. I hope to make it out there sometime soon. I've actually never been to Canada, so that's on my radar
Okay.
as things settle down around here. But
We look forward to having you, and thank you
thank
for
you so
having
much.
me. Yes.
Thank you again. Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next week.